Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, all praise, honor, and the glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. To the rest of the elect out there, the men, women, and children, the Lord will have mercy on in these last days. Shalom. It's the brother Dama Agabar here with another lesson. Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And as you can see, the title of this article from the Wall Street Journal says, "The future of everything. Forget passwords and badges. Your body is your next security key." And as we do here, that follow the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, we're constantly going into the prophecy of the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast, which all of this technology, all of the future of everything is leading to this prophecy being fulfilled. And every opportunity we get when we see information and we see things that are, leading up to this prophecy being fulfilled, it's our duty and our job to go into it to give you warning from Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai and to show you how, the future that Esau is trying to, bring to pass, and all of this technology and all of this digital information and digital technology is all going to lead into the MOTB. Now, like I said in my last video, it's going to be a gradual step, it's going to go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, then finally to the MOTB, you see? And you have to be aware of this. You can't be ignorant of anything, as far as dealing with this technology. You have to know where all roads lead when dealing with, the future and this, all of this digital information and how they're trying to use transhumanism and link man with machine in order to lock you into this digital, prison system, this beast system. All right. And this article right here says it all. Now, you have to be able to read between the lines, man. You have to be able to fully see everything that this devil is doing and not, be beguiled or, coerced into believing that this technology is really to further advance humankind, to make man immortal, to make humans to evolve. It's ultimately to snare you into this digital system to where these elites in the government will have total, complete control over every aspect of your life. All right. Your ability to buy and sell, your ability to travel, even your own ability to exist will be dependent upon you being deceived into joining into this digital system via the MOTB. All right. Now, we will be able to use this technology, for a little while, as long as it's in the phone, as long as they allow you to, get your, all of your so-called digital requirements that you can use via your cell phone. Hey, you're all right. But once they start, once it comes to the charagma, when they start to try to literally subdermally implant this technology within you, that's when you have to deny. That's when you have to have your faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right. Because at that point, that's when you'll be totally, separated from this system, and that's when we're going to have to, respectfully or disrespectfully decline. All right. But I'm going to read some of this article. You make some good points, and I got a couple of precepts. All right. But let's get to it. It says biometric scanning, and biometrics, bio means life and metric means measurements. All right. And biometric is nothing more than them being able to link your your body, the uniqueness of your palm, the uniqueness of your face, eye scans, facial recognition, palm reading, basically them having your humanly metrics on a digital platform to where you can be identified. You see, it says biometric scanning and AI advances mean security systems could use traits from your gait, which gait means the way that you walk, to your gaze to unlock your company's building and systems. See, it says instead of posing for a photo and setting up passwords, in the future, a new employee might spend a few minutes supplying biometric information. Face scanned, gait analyzed, spoken phrase recorded, and voila, your body becomes your security key. You see, and that's what we've been telling you. You will, in the future, you will become the QR code. They're trying to link man with machine, and they want everything about you to be on a digital platform and on their digital, cloud, so that you can be identified. And in the future, this is going to be the only way you're going to be able to function in society, is that your biometrics and eventually you being implanted with this mark of the beast will be your only way to have access to private and public sectors, to walk into buildings, to go into the grocery store, to be identified for travel. And it's going to be on a global worldwide system. So no matter where you may go, China, Australia, Africa, wherever, this whole beast system will be all encompassing, to where everywhere you go, with the scan of with you walking in the building, you'll be immediately scanned, you'll be immediately identified. You see? It says a biometric expert envision a seamless experience. As soon as you arrive at the parking lot, your geolocation is fed into a system found from the phone that has given to you. Now remember, it's a gradual step. Now the phone will be, at first, is how they will do it. That's how people will feel more comfortable, because now what? Everybody has a cell phone. Everybody has most of the information on the cell phone. So it'll be an easy transition. But once they start telling you, look, all that information that's in your cell phone, all of your, driver's licenses, your digital this, your digital that, we're going to put it inside of you via this microchip. That's when, the prophecy of Revelation of 13 and 16 is coming to pass. And that's when we're going to have to opt out. All right. You see? And like I said, this is why they're doing it in gradual steps, but eventually they want to put all of this technology and all of this, your geolocation, all your biometrics literally inside of you. It says, as soon as you come through the front door, facial recognition could open the door and could also unlock your computer, says Mohammed Louzani, the chief technology officer at Aware, a company that develops security systems to authenticate people's identities. The technology could do away with the hassle of forgotten badges and regular password resets and fortify companies' protection against cyber attacks, but it also raises concern about the way data could be used beyond security and whether employees should have this level of insight into their workers' bodies and behaviors at all. But this is where everything is going. This is the system that they're creating. And eventually you're not going to have a choice, because otherwise, either you're going to get down with this, with the future of things, or you're going to be killed. You're going to be separated from operating or being able to even exist within this devil's his new world, man. You see, so this is going to happen whether you people want to accept it or not. And all of these companies, all of these different businesses, they're all in on it. They're all going to eventually, decide to go with this new way. And if you don't do it as an individual person, then guess what? You won't be able to buy or sell. You won't be able to function. All right. You're going to be basically, you're going to starve to death. You're going to die. You see, but that's where the faith of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua is going to have to be on the side of the elect, It says, today, some doctors' offices use palm scanners to check in patients, while a face or fingerprint unlocks a smartphone. Facial recognition has become more common in airports, stadiums, and concert venues. In coming years, security industry executives say advances in artificial intelligence and sensor technology could help organizations use multiple pieces of biometric data at once, like pieces of a puzzle that make up an employee. You see, and like I say, eventually it's going to all culminate into the MOTB, into that implantable charagma, man. All right. That's how you'll receive your CBDCs. That's how you'll receive your money in the future, is via your microchip, via your CBDCs, man. And all your information will be linked on there. Your passports, your everything. Your ability to get on a train, your access to travel, your access to have a job, your access to do this, to do that, is all going to be inside of you in the near future via the charagma. It says eye scans feature heavily in the 2002 sci-fi film Minority Report, which Lazuni calls one of his favorites. In the movie, Tom Cruise's character accesses his highly secure workplace with the technology, which later comes back to haunt him. Despite the movie's dystopian slant, Luzani says he finds it exciting. All you need to do is just look into the reflection of that device that you are looking at, and it could read your iris and automatically give you all of the access that you need for whatever you need to interact with. See? And remember, it's all going to come to the form of the charagma. You see? It says, aside from convenience, so see, that's where they're going to deceive a lot of people. Oh, it's so convenient. Now you don't have to worry about, forgetting your wallet or carrying a purse or carrying keys or carrying all this extra shit each and every day. Once this technology is perfected and everything is inside of you, you can just walk right out of the door. Everything you need is at the swipe of a palm or the scanning of your forehead. But like I said, they're deceiving you with the convenience of it, but really it's to enslave and to snare all of humanity into this beast system, man. All right, let me get this first precept. All right, and this is why we can't be simple. You see? And this is 2 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. You see? And that's what this whole technology is really all about. You know, he's presenting it as convenience and, you know, it's going to make life easier and, you know, but really it's a snare. And the word is noma. It says an evil purpose, that which thinks, the mind, the thoughts or purposes. All right. And what is the purpose ultimately of this whole MOTB and this technology is to make everybody a technological slave to the system. All right. It says it'll give you all the access that you need for whatever you need to interact with, you see. And in the future, if you don't have these different things, you don't have the MOTB, you don't have the digital, you know, biometrics and the permissions, you know, eventually you won't be able to interact with anything. You won't be able to go buy a stick of gum at the grocery store, man, if you're not linked with this future system, this beast system. It says, aside from convenience, security expert says biometrics offer strong protection for buildings and data than a key card or a password can. Because, you know, let's say if you have a key card and you work at a company and you lose it and some perfect stranger just finds it, they can get inside that building. If they have your key card, they can just get it and scan it. And that access with that key card can allow anybody to get into there. But in the future, when everything is inside of your MOTB, you know, somebody who doesn't work at that company, if they try to go and scan themselves to get in there, they're not going to be recognized. So they won't even have access to enter into that building or to have access into anything that requires particular, you know, permissions. You see? You see? And this is where everything is going to go. It says it's easy to copy an employee's password, but it's really hard to copy an employee's face that's actually moving, says Ron Duguro. Or it'd be even harder to copy somebody's charagma, because your charagma would be specifically created and encrypted with everything that's necessary about you. The next person won't be able to use your charagma because it won't recognize them. The information won't match. So therefore, you'll immediately be denied. So you got to see where all this shit is ultimately heading, you know. But like I said, it's a slow, gradual step, but we know how it ends, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. It says the chief executive of Auth ID, which makes identity verification and digital security systems. Future office security systems could simply lock out people who aren't recognized or cleared, you see? And that's what's going to be with the charagma eventually. All right. You won't have access to the private or public sector. Like I said, you won't be able to get on the train. You won't be able to do anything that requires the, you know, the accessibility to function in this man's futuristic beast system if you don't have the charagma. And all of these little technologies that they have now are just, leading unto the final proponent of it, which is the MOTB. You see, it says we have a log of your face, so we have exactly who's walking in and out of the building, which you can't do with a password, he says, you see. So in the future, you want to go to the grocery store, just like I said in my last video, some of these Whole Foods have where you have to have the palm. They have to have access to your palm to get into the store. If your palm is not registered when you try to scan it into the store, the turnstile won't open. You can't come in. You're locked out of buying and selling or functioning within that business. You're totally locked out of it. See, it's the same with these stores that only take cash. You can't go in there with cash. You know, you can't just go in there and buy shit with cash if they're not taking cash. You have to have some form of, your money on some form of digital platform in order for you to buy and sell. It's the same with this whole system, man. You see? Please read that again. It says, we have a log of your face, so we have exactly who's walking in and out of the building, which you can't do without a password. It says Auth ID itself uses no passwords as its workplace. We open up the laptop, the camera turns on, we put our face in the window, and all of a sudden we're logged in. The policy reflects the company's commitment to and trust in the technology it is developing, and all businesses will eventually be part of this system. Will be part of the beast system. There's going to be no way around it. No way. It's only going to be one way in it and no way out of it, man. Either you're going to get down with it and bow down and worship this man's image and take his mark, or you're going to be killed. You're going to be separated from functioning and operating and locked out of society to where eventually you'll starve and you'll die. You see, and that's the faith that we're going to have, in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai when this shit is finally presented and everybody comes to the realization that, the apostles and men of Great Millstone were 100% right. It also means that biometric scans are a requirement for those who work at Auth ID. You see, this is going to be a requirement everywhere in the future is the MOTB. These are just little, I keep saying the same thing, I know, but these are just the little gradual steps that they're showing you how this technology is going to ultimately operate. It says employees consent to the policy when they join. Hey, he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand on their foreheads. You see, you're going to have to consent to this beast system. You're going to have to willingly accept it and willingly bow down and worship this system in order to enter into it. Otherwise, you're through. We know they're going to make it punishable by death. They're going to start putting people to death for not getting down with the system, because what else they're going to do with you? Because you got to think about it. If the people that don't want to consent and join to the MOTB system, guess what? They're going to be nuisances. They're going to be stealing and rioting. They're going to be doing whatever they got to do to try to survive and try to eat, because the system that's created is not going to allow them access to it. So, I mean, think about it. The most logical thing that these devils would do would be to execute anybody who don't want to join to the system, so that they can rid, that headache. It showed you that on Demolition Man, Edgar Friendly, how they were living underground, and whenever the Taco Bell shit would show up, they would go and do what? They would raid and steal and get food, because they were locked out of functioning and buying and selling and being a participant in the San Angeles society. So therefore, that's why the major guy, he had a bounty on Edgar Friendly. He wanted to kill him so that he could rid the city of the headache of the undesirables, of those that wasn't consenting and that wasn't, consenting to the powers that be. And it's going to be the same with some of us. They're going to chop our heads off because, we don't want to bow down to the system, and because we have faith and trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It says any biometric data gathered by the company, whether for Auth ID's clients or its employees, is anonymized and encrypted, he says. It says biometric scans are important deterrent as attempts to hack corporate systems have become more frequent and sophisticated, said Andrew Shikar, an executive director at FIDO Alliance for Fast Identity Online, an industry associated that develops digital security standards. Tech giants such as Google, Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft were among the members of the group, whose aim is to reduce reliance on passwords. You see, so like I told you, all these major corporations, Google, Amazon, they're all on board because they're all brought and paid for by BlackRock and by these elites. Like I said in my previous videos, hey, when this shit is all said and done, it's going to be destroyed, but it's going to fail. But there's only going to be a certain amount of companies that's going to be prominent in the future. You're not going to have mom and pop shops. You're not going to have any corporation or business that's operating outside of this beast system. They're all going to be on board, and you're going to have the proper, accesses and the proper, requirements to fuck with these companies, man. And we know it's going to be the MOTB. It says, in which a piece of encrypted code on a physical device, on a physical device, such as a phone or laptop, is unlocked with the user's biometrics. And remember, the phone and the laptop is just how they're going to lure everybody in. Because why? Everybody is comfortable using phone and laptops. But eventually, you're going to become the laptop. You're going to become the phone. You're going to become the QR code. And they're going to put that charagma inside of you. That will be the permission and the physical device that you're going to need in the future to operate, man. And these other Israelite groups, y'all need to wake the hell up and stop saying that the mark of the beast is sin. They're telling you what the mark and the physical device you're going to need in the future to operate. It says face images. And look, and all these things are going to be encrypted in your MOTB. It says face images, liveness detection, iris scans, vein scans, heart rate. Everyone has a unique pulse or some biorhythms that uniquely mark you as you. You can be used for sign-in purposes. You see? They're going to get all your biometrics and all your information, and they're going to put it on your charagma. And the word is grapho, all right? Look up the root word to charagma. The root word to charagma is charax. The root word to charax is grapho, which is all of this shit right here. Your face images, your liveness detection, your iris scans, your vein scans, your heart rate, all of your biorhythms will all be encrypted within your MOTB. You see, and that will be used for sign-in purposes. That's how you'll be identified, and that's how you'll be able to buy and sell in the near future. Let me get that real quick, man. All right. And this is our Revelations 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, which is the charagma. And like I said, Apple, Google, all these different corporations, these companies, they're all buying into this system, this biometric transhumanistic system, in order for you have to consent to have access to the private and public sector. You see? And it's going to all culminate with this charagma being put in your right hand or in your forehead. And let me get that to show you for the word mark. I'm going to go into these root words. And I'm going to go back to the article, man. All right. So the root word, the word is charagma. It says, of the mark stamped on the forehead or on the right hand as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. And remember, the guy who created the microchip said that the two places where the microchip can constantly recharge and recharge itself, it needs a heat signature. And the best two places are right below your hairline, which is on your forehead and is in your right hand. All right. So this is going to be the thing you're going to have to consent to get in order to function. Now, let's go to the root word of the word charagma, which is the word charax. It says a palisade or a rampart. This is going to be the little device that they're going to use, you see, to sharpen to a point. This is going to be the little thing that they're going to use to permanently implant the charagma. And the root word for charagma is what? Grapho. To write with reference to the form of letters, to delineate letters on a tablet, parchment, paper, or other materials, to write with reference to the contents of the writing. You see, to express in written characters. You see? Oh, here we go. To write to one, to give information, directions. What did it say here? Look, in what? Encrypted code on a physical device. Encrypted code. See, and what's going to be encrypted in that thing? Face images, lively detection, iris scans, vein scans, heart rate. Everyone has a unique pulse or some biometric biorhythms that uniquely mark you as you. And that's the grapho. That's what's going to be inside of these things. That's how you're going to be authenticated. That's how nobody's going to be able to pretend or fake or steal your identity, because all of your identity and who you are will be encrypted in your charagma, man. See? And watch this and get the last. Look at it. It says, as secure as it may be, biometric technology also means using your most personal and permanent data, bringing privacy risks. It says, when it comes to biometrics, we want to make sure that people know what's being collected. They know what purpose it is being used for. They can ask for it to stop if they become uncomfortable. But you're not going to be able to. That's not going to happen. That's all cap right there. Where's the point I wanted? It says, even the best technology makes mistakes. If the software confuses someone's identity, it will be important that workers have the right to appeal, blah, 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 blah. It says, no one can issue me a new face. So if that information is hacked, for example, in the front of a format where people can use it, but that's why they're going to put it inside of you. So only way somebody's going to be able to hack or use your identity falsely is they're going to have to chop off your head or chop off your right hand and to use your C-hip, But here's the point. Where is it? Oh, look, here we go. Let me get to the point so I can close this. Here we go. It says, nevertheless, consumer technology has a way of easing people's concerns about sharing personal information, much as smartphones has helped normalize facial. See, they use the phone. Like I said earlier, that's what these cell phones are here for, to make people, to ease you into this technology, to make, that's why they're going to use the cell phones at first, because people are more comfortable with the cell phones. They're already used to putting their information and their bank information. And people use facial recognition to open their phones. You use your fingerprint. So the phone has played a huge part in easing everybody into the final step of this shit, man. It says, technology has a way of easing people's concern about sharing personal information, much as smartphones have helped normalize facial recognition, security industry executives say. They see a future where security will go beyond the iris scans of Minority Report to a chip placed inside the body. Come on, man. You see? The advent of chips that monitor health could eventually pave the way for using those same biometrics to pass through security systems. Eventually, it will all be in the form of the charagma, man. You see, it's all gradualism. It's all leading into the charagma, man. It says nobody will put a chip in your body just for identity, but they'll put your chip in your body for knowledge or for health or to help live a better lifestyle. And when the convenience will be a fast follow. See, what does it say? All small and great, rich afford to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, man. So we see where this technology is leading, man. You Jake out there, you better wake the hell up, man. They're putting it right in your face. They're telling you what they're planning on doing, man. And it's all right here. And it's what? Your body is your next security key. So I'm gonna close it there. Lord willing, this was edifying. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai for putting the spirit in me to do this lesson. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.